I give you a new commandment, love one another as I have loved you. What does this love look like? Once a journalist was accompanying Mother Teresa as she made her rounds caring for the sick and for the dying. And one of the men that she came upon had a wound on his foot. That wound oozed decay, pus, and an atrocious smell. But there Mother Teresa bent down and began to clean that wound, began to bandage the wound. And as she did so, she spoke softly to that man the entire time. After completing her work, Mother Teresa finished everything and began to walk away. And the journalist said to her, "I wouldn't have done that for all the gold in the world." Mother Teresa said, "Neither would I. I do it for a deeper love. I do it for a greater love. I do it for God. A love that she had learned, that she had experienced by spending time with our Lord in front of the Blessed Sacrament, each and every day, an hour with our Lord. You and I are not Mother Teresa, but Jesus calls us to a similar love today. Having to care for maybe an elderly father or mother. Parents, as they grow and age and get older, they have two great fears. One of them is dementia, the other is incontinence. Now, both of those afflictions, what if they befall them? What if they have them in life? Are we going to care for them? Are we going to love them? Are we going to treat them as our parents? What about parents who have a Down syndrome child? A beautiful gift given to them by God. Will they love that child as they love their other children? There's a story about a wife who one day visited a priest. She walked into that office, and that priest could see that her eyes were filled with hatred, with anger. And she told the priest the story about how she hated her husband. Not only, she said, do I want to get rid of him, I want to get even with him. But before I divorce him, I want to hurt him as much as I possibly can do. The priest looked at her and he said, I tell you what, I've got a plan for you. Go home, and every single action that your husband performs, everything that he does that annoys you, makes you mad, tell him that you love him. Tell him that you love him. Show him respect. Show him dignity. And then he said, when you get him into that grip that he thinks that he loves, that you love him, then tell him that you're going to divorce him. The woman thought to herself, this is a perfect plan. This will really get back at him. This will really show him. And so the priest said, give it 2 months. And after 2 months, he waited for that call. And it never came. And so he himself called the woman back and said, what happened? She said, I found out that I really love my husband, that I really do care for him. I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. We hear so much about love today. It's everywhere. It's in the music that we sing and the music that we listen to. It's on the television. But is that true love? A warm kind of fuzzy feeling that we get in our hearts? Is that real love? St. Thomas Aquinas defined love. It's the will to do the good for the other. Is that how we're showing love to one another? Do we will what's best for them? Do we will what is the most important to them, for that person? How about our friends? How about our family? How about our coworkers that we work with? Do we show them that type of love? What about your spouse? There might be a lot of things that we have to do to change, but are we doing it for love and the good of the other person? I give you a new commandment: love one another. What does love look like in your life? Is it that love of God, that new commandment that God gives us today? I give you a new commandment: love one another.